How are you going? I woke up this morning and I cannot get over the difference. The energy is so much clearer and it's not as dense. I honestly felt this morning that it was like waking up as a child and how the excitement of the day and how it started and what you're going to do. And that's how I'm feeling right now. And I just had a quick look before I came on, just to see how everything's panning out there. And it's amazing, absolutely amazing. So the head of the beast has been chopped off. And realistically, what happens then when the top player goes down? So we're going to have involuntary movement. And what I just got shown then is that the good guys have played their card, their hand, and now it's the next move on the chessboard. So it's going to be an involuntary reaction, but it's fascinating because just when I said that, I got shown in the movie over this side here that it's going to play out and we feel sorry and the beautiful side of life, because the ones that don't know need that, and we have to honor that for them because that's not their fault. So don't pressurize somebody to believe in what you know. Okay, it's going to happen, so just know. But then, so you've got that playing out over here. Then you have the move that was enacted, but we know that had been played for so many years back. But anyway, it's now out in the public arena. So I went out and had a look even further. And it's so clear. It's so clear. They're sitting back. The good guys are sitting back. And they've got every angle that they're looking at. So whatever this side plays, they've got the counter move. And it just feels so amazing that you can detach yourself now and see the bigger picture. And it's just an incredible feeling. And when you let go, your heart fills up with so much joy. And that's right. They've just reminded me of another vision they gave me this morning, is that imagine the Matrix, and I'm trying to place my finger on something about the moon and the sun, and how, you know, one half of the world is in the sun and the other one is in the dark. But what I was shown this morning was, let's draw a line in the sand in that. Let's build a really big glass wall. So the reflection of a sun shines on the glass wall, and the side stays in the sun. The other one stays in the dark. It's pretty much what's happened. But what they were also showing me is that the ones that are waking up, you're filling your cup. When you fill your cup, you become so much stronger, so much lighter. And with that, you are able to break down the matrix as well. So it's like, oh my gosh, they just gave me this amazing image of water blasting, and oh my gosh, if you've got a water blaster, get out and do water blasting, because it's exactly the same. I get so much excitement. My husband brought me a water blaster. I should have been a male, I'd tell you. But anyway, I get so much pleasure out of water blasting because I look at something that's revolting and scummy and blah blah blah, and you fire that clean, fresh water on that space, you annihilate it. But also while I'm doing it, I'm also looking at it is cleansing the energy, clearing. So it's not only a physical, it's also a spiritual thing for me. So yes, I get very excited when I can go out and do some water blasting. So that's exactly what we're doing now. Get yourself out and visualize the little segments on that wall. And you go and break that down. Collectively, and if there are thousands of us, even 100, even 10, it doesn't matter. We are participating in that wall coming down by our own conscious self. Play your part, send light, and dissolve that wall for it to come down even faster. You'll see that energy. Our life is going to get faster. Honestly, I feel like today, and then boom, within a couple of weeks, we've got Christmas, and that's what it's going to feel like. But allow Christmas to come now and use your light to shine upon what they've put out. That will be amazing. Okay, so I'll read what I picked up the other day about grounding. Why do you think they have us walking around in shoes? It's not to keep our feet warm. It prevents us from grounding. By standing barefoot on the grass for 45 minutes, helps us alkalize our bodies. It puts us back into a balanced state. Also, it assists with the blood from clotting and oxygenates the blood along with inflammation in the body. Don't take my word for it. I am no medical. This is for entertainment purposes only, not medical advice. So go and energize your body, because it helps you to kick your shoes off and encourage you to get your children to do the same. Help ground them. Don't focus on just yourself. Do it as a family. And it's really quite exciting. Do you look at life different now? Do you see a deeper meaning in your life and everything in it? The more connected you are, you feel like your gift is speaking to you at a deeper level. It's like a 24-hour tap that never stops. Well, that's how I feel. I step into another person's space and I can read their energy straight away. To how they are feeling and how they look at me. It's quite amazing, because as soon as I walk into their space, it's like it's an incredible feeling that comes through me, and I just feel sad, or I feel up, and all of a sudden I start getting their life history rolling out in front of me. My son said to his partner the other day, "Mum, someone you just don't bother lying to. She can see right through you straight away." The funny thing is when he was telling her this in the car, I was walking into my kitchen and I got guided, ring my son's now. So I did. And so I said, "Hi, how are you?" And he goes, "You are so freaky. You are so freaky." And his partner said, "Oh my God, Karen, we were just talking about you." And I said, "I know." And I said, it came over and through me so loud and clear that you were, and I got told to give you a call to spook you out. And they were just cracking up laughing. It was funny. It was so funny. And he said to me what he was telling her. He said, "I know. That's why I've joined into your conversation." They both laughed. Could this mean you are a starseed, a truther of knowledge, of love to share amongst the people here on the same path, yet knowing you have a deeper connection from out there. When you get guided to act on something and it plays out that way, like I just explained with my son. Starseeds carrying wisdom and abilities that you can tap into from an infinite source, much like how I'm able to do these videos. I trust and write down what feels right as downloads flow through me to pass on. With this upgrading, you are achieving is letting go of part of you that no longer suits your evolution, that you are becoming your true self. You are expanding at this time, and we all go through this, and you all have different journeys to go through. A spiritual awakening can be triggered by an accident or an illness. Awakening changes in each day. Goals change as you are drawn to different things. You notice you intuitively talk with yourself. Spiritual numbers 1111, 333, 555 keep showing you. You feel the new you when you look back at yourself. I'm the opposite person, as I used to be a real ratbag. And before that, extremely quiet as a young child, would you believe? Most don't. That's the funny thing about it. Have you connected to someone that you have had a past life with? You instantly feel a connection with them straight away. Time dissolves as you have so much in common. You sit in silence and feel so comfortable with them. I was put in a situation where I had to sit beside someone in a room, and you had to work out what was your past life with that person. So I sat with someone that I was drawn to explain my connection. This is when I first was learning about my gifts. So after that, it confused me. And her husband, would you believe, banned me for ever meeting her again. Obviously, he was threatened. She must have gone home and told him. I did not like the experience as it was so confusing, and I was just learning about my psychic skills at the time. 34 years later, it still haunts me. So I personally don't understand the need to look back when we don't even know who we really are now. As I want to place more emphasis on connecting to my future self, as she already has made it to where I'm focused on traveling to. Myself, I don't wear a watch, as time means nothing to me. When I used to wear a watch, I would go through batteries within 3 to 4 weeks. I would have to go back to the jeweler and get another battery put on in my watch. And so we got a more expensive watch just in case. And no, I drain every battery from every watch that I wear. So I just learned I can't focus on time. To me, it means nothing. I intuitively work with time. And not bad going. Sometimes I'm a bit late, but hey, it's where I am at the time. And also when I go out in the car, my husband will go, why are you going this way? This is the longer. And I say to him, like I did yesterday, I said, but I have to go this way. There's a reason. And sure enough, I'll find why, because I had to be at a certain place at a certain time. Another reason why I don't wear a watch is I no longer feel part of the time machine that has been brainwashed for you to follow since kindy to school and college and for your job. Isn't it time to jump off the hamster wheel? Or have you already achieved this? You have noticed you wish to be of service to others. You can't imagine not helping another soul, as it feeds you so much more than what money can ever do. Hence why I do these videos, as it also helps me keep me on track while others find themselves going through this as well. You are noticing that animals you may have a connection to as well. And honestly, some people I know get on far better with the animals than they can with humans, because they're so much more sensitive and in tune. So the empath of that person connects to the animal. You are noticing that the animals you have a connection to, as though you were just like humans as well, as they are just like humans as well. They too have a soul, and it telepathically can communicate to you. And honestly, when you open your third eye and your heart, start connecting to your animal and let that animal, sorry, I shouldn't even say animal, your friend, your fur babies, communicate with you. I used to have so much fun with our dogs, with the kids, with my own kids when they were younger, as we would be all sitting in the lounge and the dogs would snuggle up to the kids. I would connect with the dog and connect with their thoughts and what they were thinking. And at the time, and I would give the dog a voice. To this day, I still do it. And I realized later that it was actually for real. You should have seen the kids' faces as they would intuitively could feel what the dog was thinking themselves. I'm watching already my adult children continuing on the imaginary world that I had created for them. They are keeping it alive for the family, for their own family members and nieces and nephews. Ego death is the loss of self. Your outer reality is not aligned with the inner reality. I'll say it again. Ego death is the loss of self. Your outer reality is not aligned with the inner reality. Once you bring them back into an alignment, you find peace once again. Dance and become free within. Experience your freedom and find peace within by letting go of what no longer serves you. Did you know that when you walk into a room and it's really dense and you can really sense something's happened in that room? A really good way is completely paint the walls. If it's really bad and you've tried saging, you've tried changing and cleansing and blessing the room, another really great way is to paint the walls. And while you're painting the walls, put the 432 hertz music, but it changes the frequency because the frequency is actually in the structure of the walls. So yeah, that's another good way. Especially if you've moved home and it's not, it's got a really heavy density. Don't you just love it when you need to make a decision and your future self sends you an answer by allowing you to talk through with a random person that enters upon your path? That person just randomly will be going through the same, but in a different way. You know what I mean. And by helping them, you actually end up providing yourself with your own answers. God works in mysterious ways through the person. They serve as messages. Actually, I'm asking the universe, what is deja vu? Is it our future self connecting with us? That at some level we already have been here before because you have. So what is your future self trying to connect with you at the point to bring through a message? Record it, note it down, as you may also have a sense of something happening before the actual event. Like constantly, I used to dream of somebody in my immediate family was going to die, with the same scene all the time. So when it did play out, that scene that I knew all so well freaked me out when it played out. Right down to my car parked on the lawn, and one of my brothers and I were crying under the clothesline while we had families surrounded all around us, yet we were completely alone, as mum and dad and my other brother were never in my scene in my dream. When it played out, now I know why, as my parents were in Australia on holiday and we were trying to urgently get them back as my brother had deceased in a car accident. The whole family came over to our house when they heard about the accident. So my brother and I went outside for a smoke, because yes, I did smoke when I was younger, to get away from everyone. It made so much sense, as for years they had been preparing me as that was my life completely changed up and was never to be the same. To tell you the truth, now I could never be without my gift that came from this tragedy. I refused for many years to work with it, as I could not believe that my brother had to die for me to connect with them. So they turned it up so strong and then put me through lessons that I had to use my gift to save my own children. Every time I walked away and started on my businesses, I was always thrown back to walk this path. Some would call me completely stubborn. I can see my guardian hitting their heads against a brick wall. How many of us do this? So you have been born in a world that was determined for you to disconnect you from where you came from, the stars and many planets. This is why it's so important to disconnect yourself so you can start reconnecting back to your true self, so you remember your own gifts. So the more you put into this, the more you will lift back instead of wanting for something to happen for you. I hope that wasn't too confusing, but pretty much we know that we're shifting. You know in your heart the world is lifting. You can feel it. It feels so magical now. So keep up the good work, because you are doing exceptional. And life is totally different. Different parts of you are changing up. You are getting and feeling younger within. Your body is shifting. And if you are going through any illnesses or stuffy nose or but aches and pains, you're still shifting. You've got to remember, you came into this world to be blocked, and what you're doing, you are breaking free. But to break free, you have to push away the restraints that are holding you back. And yeah, you are opening. You are opening to the realization that there is more to life. And I, in the next couple of days, are going to go out there and I'm going to go and check out what is going on out there, because I know today is the 11th of the 9th, the 9/11, and I know in my heart something's been triggered off and we're just waiting for it to externally come out. But internally, you connect inside and you can feel it. So watch the space. It's definitely happening. It is rolling and we are getting stronger. We are feeling happier and so much more humble. So give gratitude. Do not sit there and moan and complain. Put your love light out there and let's shine and make a difference. I love you. Thank you for sharing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.